Okay, first of all, I don't blame anyone. I just analyze in my view if you can learn something or if you were inspired by my video. Couldn't be better because virus is common enemy for all human beings. As we all know that the first case appeared in last December in Wuhan, then about 20 cases at the end of December. Cases began to increase in January of this year. Then it attracted national attention. Later, the Chinese government attached great importance to this problem. Why? Because they locked down Wuhan, a city has more than 10 million people, on 23rd January. This never happened in human history. At that time, the whole American society, including elite class and the common people, their attitude are more like watching a fire from the other side of the river. They thought we were overreactions. American public opinion have a word for this. Lockdown would infringe upon human rights. We were also blamed for taking these measures. So you can see why the situation is so serious in America today. First, I think it should be collective responsibility. They really had underestimated the virus. So behind the collective responsibility, I think there are three mentalities we can talk about. The first one is kind of reason hubris. Ted also, Finance Minister of Japan, he reminded one thing in his congressional reply, and he gave kind of warning to the Western friends who participated G20 summit which held in February in Italy, and said, "You guys be careful cause the virus is very fierce." What the result? Italian Finance Minister said, directed to him, "This is a disease you yellow people would get." Now it's very easy to find this video on internet. You can see Ted also sneezing on his face because the situation in Italy was very serious when he making speech. This is situation about both European and American own this mentality, like this virus is none of my business. It's your yellow race and Asian business, but there's no foundation for this, right? They don't kill the virus. The hot video on that time was how China built a makeshift hospital in 10 days, a brand conference. So we call it reason hubris. The second one is cultural hubris. Now, lots of Western media thought one of the Chinese cultural customs, eating white animals, lead to the emergence of virus. They thought they eating health than us. In fact, it's also diverged from reality. There's something wrong with the media in our countries. We were demonized by ourselves, then Western media followed step and continue to demonize and said Chinese is one of the top nations for eating white animals. This is not true. Nowhere in China eating bats. We don't have a custom like this. But I can tell you, you can find this old custom outside of China. They did own this custom, like South Asians, South Pacific, Africa. Also, hunting is old traditional in the States. They prefer eating what you're hunting for, right? Like birds, deer, bulls, rabbits, frogs. In fact, you can find some bad habits in cultural custom almost for all nations. But thanks to the mass media, we were demonized, so we give a bad impression on them. There's a Chinese bad unhealthy living habits. So they thought this is your disease, it's none of my business. This is called cultural hubris. The third one is system hubris. In their eyes, your measures such as lockdown is despotic and also infringing upon human rights, and we are freedom and democrats. We believe we can solve these various by people's self-discipline. So, in my understanding, officials and civil all have this problem. 3 hubris unlimited. There is a Chinese saying, modest hopes one goes forward. The Aries conceit makes one lag behind. He pays a price when he feels proud. Okay, it's a little far from the topic. Let's get by. Now, the states got 2 problems in politics. This year is election year. The fight between the 2 parties is particularly fierce. No matter what kinds of things you are doing are all wrong. For public party, election is top priority. So does the Democratic Party. Another factor is that American is a federal state. Central and local government is divided. Everybody screamed when facing to the interesters. However, each side passed the book when run into a problem. So that's what you are seeing now. USA is quite rich, also has a high levels of health care. It shouldn't happen like this. But the situation now is very chaos. Also, the epidemic situation is very serious. Hubris and book passing can be explained why this would happen. So I'm predicted this situation would last for some time. Okay, that's all. Thank you.